How's it hanging, YouTube's Peter here, your Ginger Geordie geek. Welcome back to the channel for another Saturday Night Live Crimbo edition. We're going to be talking Christmas a little bit, as well as all the usual stuff. And as ever, I am joined by some of my favourite friends on YouTube. We'll start off, we've got Hydra Collectibles himself. Luke, how are you, Luke?
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Very, very festive. I like that.
I try.
Are you well? Are you okay?
I'm very good, thanks. I'm really glad to be here, as always. Really look forward to this show.
Good stuff. We've got lots to get through tonight. It's going to be an interesting one. We've also got Efren, Passpoint Comics. How are you, Efren?
Feliz Navidad, mis hermanos.
Oh, thank you.
I think.
Yeah, I think.
Merry Christmas, my brothers.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Nice to see you as ever, Efren. You'll be hoping for snow over in good old
Sure, yeah.
San Diego.
First time ever.
Yeah. Have you ever had snow there?
In San Diego, as far as I've been living here now, but we're only like about 3 hours away from snow here in San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Very cool. We've got, speaking of snow, we've got James T of the Keegan and some kind of, what are you in, James? Because that's a very wooden kind of structure.
First off, happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Happy Hanukkah.
I'm in an attic in Switzerland.
Wow.
Nice.
There's no snow. It's just been raining, unfortunately. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm here for a couple of weeks. So
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, always nice to see you, my friend. And we've got a festive Mowell. How are you, Dr. Von Hoot?
I'm good, mate. Essentially, what I really think should be the Christmas message this year is ho, 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 now I have a machine gun.
Lovely. Very, very festive. Are you well? Are you all right?
I'm great, mate. Yeah, all good. I'm ready to talk Christmas.
Yeah. Do Mowell celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, mouse celebrate absolutely anything.
Any excuse. Excuse to get off the beaks. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Right, let's see who we've got in the chat. We've got, as ever, good old StreamYard. Thank you for joining. Not quite mint, Tom. Tom's out and about. He's had far too many pigs and blankets. I've been reading on his Instagram. Have a great show, guys. Wish I could join. Nice to see you, Tom. And we've got Chris Bell saying, it's Christmas. That was a funny way of saying it. But yeah, we've got Chris. Nice to see you, Chris. We've got Alex back. Woohoo. Been looking forward to this one for a few days. Nice to see you, Alex. Thank you for joining. We've got Terry. We've got Dead Man. Season's greetings to everyone. And we've got Bat Dan. Evening, folks. Merry Crimbo. We've got the main man himself, Fuzzy of the Dunlop. Any bad girls want to come to my grotto and sit? Filth. I'll take you up on that, Fuzzy. I'll give you a ring after. Alex, happy Festivus for us Seinfeld fans. Yeah, very good. We've got Jack. Thank you for joining, Jack. And we've got Phil. Nice to see you. Fuzzy, he's just clarifying he'll take good or bad. Actually, he's not picky. Absolutely. Chris, James, are you in a sauna?
it's hot enough in here, to be honest.
And we've got Kenneth. Thank you for joining, Kenneth. And Sean. And Fuzzy saying Hanukkah was 2 weeks ago, surely. Nice. But yeah, nice to see you, everybody. Always a pleasure. Okay, guys, we've got loads to get through tonight. We are going to be giving away some comic books as well as the night goes on. Let's just make a start. What we're going to do today, guys, is Terry, thank you very much. Time for some 3G merch. Need a 3G mug. Thank you so much, Terry. Really do appreciate that mate. As ever, all donations and all the revenue for this channel goes to mental health charities. So really do appreciate that. Nice to see you, Cliff. I hope you are well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some Christmassy stuff as we go through, but there have been a few bits of really big, interesting comic book news I do want to talk about this week. So we'll be covering that as well as some Christmas stuff. But we'll start off Christmassy, shall we? And basically, all I want to know, guys, is what you're doing over Christmas and what you're most looking forward to. We'll start with you, Luke. What's on Hydra Collectibles Christmas list?
Just the usual, really. Nothing really changes. Yeah, I'm very fortunate. So I live nearby family and stuff like that. So we'll just still be visiting family all over Christmas. Yeah, everything's pretty much the same, just plodding along. Obviously, we'll have the meal and the sit down and everything else. But yeah, it's no different to most weekends, really.
Wow. It sounds festive and fun.
Right, it's a roast dinner, isn't it? Like it's
You're doing it wrong.
It's not
It's the same as every week.
roast dinner. It's a special dinner. It's got, stuffing. Do you have stuffing
To
in
be-
normal?
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, but I cook all that anyway. I would have that with my
chestnuts
roast
and
dinners.
pancetta?
Well, that's your mistake. You have to leave it till Christmas and then it's special.
No, the difference is obviously like the joy for the kids and everything. There's a lot of nieces and nephews, and there's like my own children as well. So it's all for them. And I actually take up all the cooking. So I was spending the time in the kitchen, probably with a few beers or some wine, whilst cooking a turkey. I don't really like turkey. That's the thing.
Does anybody like turkey? Because it's
Oh, I do.
boring.
I love turkey. man.
So I'm cooking beef on Boxing Day. So I think I'm looking forward to that more.
Yeah. I like a nice big ham, or maybe it's a leg of lamb or something like that. But yeah, Chris is agreeing with you. Chris is saying I'm with Luke. We pull crackers every week around here. Standard. Absolutely. Luke's going to be busy reading up on entertainment law for next video. And I'll be in. Oh, fuzzy. That's rough. Efren, how about yourself, mate? Have you
Oh
got
my
anything
God,
to
guys,
say?
you have to ask me this question. I'm gonna bore you, man. I don't have too many plans for Christmas. My daughter's working. I live in Southern California. My family lives in Northern California. I just didn't go up this year to go hang out with them. So I'm just gonna be chilling out by myself, watching TV, trying to watch scary movies, for the festive spirits, thanks to you guys.
Good man.
Reading
Good man.
comic books, I'm just thankful that I'm healthy,
Yeah,
Knock on
good
wood.
stuff. Good stuff. Like that, Efren. I like that. And I hope you get to spend some time with your daughter. I saw on your Instagram stuff you were away recently with her. Where were you? Was it an old retired battleship?
It's a retired naval ship, the USS Midway. They had like a Christmas themed, so we went on the aircraft carrier. This is an aircraft carrier like from World War II. It's been around for a while, but it's stationed here in San Diego, and it's a museum now. And
Nothing says Christmas more than a battleship.
Yeah,
Exactly,
man.
But you've got to be careful of those old battleships, because I've seen a documentary, I think it was called Battleship, where aliens invaded and they managed to recommission one of those battleships and fight
I
aliens
saw
in
that.
them.
Yeah,
it was
you've got to be
very realistic.
very,
It was
good.
Rihanna, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rihanna saved the day, because as she would. Do you know what I mean? Actually, it's not a bad film. Anyway, James, you're in some kind of yurt or something, or what are you in? Where?
I'm in Switzerland. So tomorrow I'm with my girlfriend's family. So tomorrow is like their Christmas day, like Christmas Eve is when they celebrate. So we're doing like a fondue, like hot oil fondue for dinner. So like we have like
Interesting.
different meats and we can just dip them in the oil. So that'd be fun. And then I'm doing like a proper like a Christmas roast on Christmas Day. So
you're cooking, are you?
I am, yeah. I did it last year and it was hell. At least this time it's not a full turkey. We just went and got like a big turkey breast joint, So like it's
Show
your
us
man
the
said
breast.
to me 35
Show us-
minutes to cook, and I don't believe him. That seems like way too low to cook a turkey.
I just want to interrupt there. Fuzzy, I think that's one of your finest works. Festive Frigate, I love it. But James, there's also a request. It's Christmas, so you have to do the requests.
Yodelay,
I like the little movement as well. That was good. Luke,
Is that
you
a thing to
strike
do?
is
I don't know if that's here. Is that
They're
not
all,
like an
they're all
Austria-
listening to him on the other side of the door, thinking
Yeah.
he's taking the
Yeah,
absolute
yeah,
piss.
yeah. Sorry.
Luke, you strike as a man that's yodeled a time or two in your life. Give us a
No.
yodel. Could you give us a yodel?
Never yodeled in my life, and I wouldn't want
First
to
time-
offend.
first
I would
time
never
for
want
Luke.
to offend anyone by trying.
Because I have no issue offending
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
in
Oh,
Switzerland.
God.
Yeah.
Pad Ben, nice to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Fuzzy, how many Toblerones? I'm partial to a Toblerone. Mate.
So my girlfriend's mother detests Toblerones, and she says they're like shit chocolate.
Oh, no, it's the
my
best
my favorite
No.
chocolate here is like the 80-cent, like it's got cornflakes in it. It's like
is that the stuff you brought me the last time you were?
No, I got you a nice bar. I got you a Vomaltine. Oh, Vomaltine's so good. And I've been drinking the milk, the chocolate milk from that brand. So
Chocolate milk, of course you have. Dead Man got bought a year's subscription to Disney Plus, so I'm catching up on all things. Have a lot to see. First 3 episodes of What If so far, very enjoyable. I've only seen the first episode, but we'll touch on that in a bit. Von Hoot, your last meal. What about Christmas in the Hoot household?
Oh, yes. No, we do have quite a few traditions. It starts off maybe a week before, and we watch a different Christmas movie every day. Like that's my slow build up, along with seeding Christmas specials all the way through.
Yeah.
And then it has been a tradition since I was a very young man to go to the pub on Christmas Eve and get blind drunk. So that will happen every single time. And then we go to my in-laws for the morning for Christmas breakfast. And then we go to my folks' house for Christmas dinner. And in the middle of that, we do some presents. Yeah. And then on Boxing Day, we'll have another Christmas dinner at my parents' house as well. So
very cool. Very cool.
Yes.
Now I've experienced you blind drunk, and you couldn't get out of bed until like midday the next day. Is that not going to damage your Christmas day?
Sort of a special power when it comes to Christmas. Like, you know how kids wake up really early? Like, yeah, I'm that kid. Usually I start listening to Iron Maiden about
traditional Christmas.
Yeah.
Sounds,
I roll out of bed and put some Maiden on for Christmas, as you do.
Yeah.
And I just carry on being a little bit drunk the entire day.
A festive mowl. I like it. Yeah, Blackadder Christmas special is one of my favourite. As is, I have to say, the Bottom Christmas special. Frankenstein and Gurr. I love that one. That's one of my favourites. A mowl and special powers. DVH is a mowl. Do you eat turkey cooked or raw? He doesn't eat. He has a mouse. It's just a mouse on the plate. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Let's start the show off then with a giveaway. We'll give away some comics. Usual rules apply, guys. You've got to be a subscriber to everybody's channel on screen. And all you have to do is stick hashtag Crimbo in the comments section and we'll pull 5 comics for you. So hashtag Crimbo. I will ship anywhere in the world. I don't think he's on yet, but Werewolf by Lunchtime hasn't sent us his address yet. So reminders if he comes on, guys, to mention that. So hashtag Crimbo to win some free comics. Okay, whilst we're doing that, we'll hit a little bit of news. And it's all shit this week, I have to say. The news is all a little bit depressing. Apart from this got us very excited. This is the posters for the new Ghostbusters movie. We've seen the trailer already, but this has got some interesting imagery in it. What do you guys think of this? Has this got you excited? Are you looking forward to this new movie? Anybody?
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I have only seen the trailer. I haven't seen any additional images other than this one you've just put on screen. But I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed the last one that they did, and I think it's about time that torch gets passed on to a new generation. So I know that the older cast members are indeed in this movie because I saw them in the trailer. But I hope not too much. I hope it is that handing of the torch. You know, we had them in the last movie. I'd like to see them again in this, but by the third of this new trilogy or whatever it might be, I want to just see the new team taking over.
So you see, I'm absolutely with you on that, Luke. But then I couldn't help but notice in this particular poster, we've got, 8? Is it 8 there, am I counting right? Ghostbusters with proton packs? Oh, well, certainly Ghostbusters. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to get that. I'm with you, but I hope that we are going to see a passing of the torch. Anybody else excited for this, or anybody else got any reservations?
I would like to see more Winston. Because he's a great actor and he sort of gets marginalized as the other guy, in all those movies, and he's tremendous. But I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Yeah, me too. James?
Yeah, I'm passively looking forward to it. You know, I enjoyed the last one. I've never been a huge Ghostbusters fan, but I like what I've seen of it so far. So yeah, when is this out?
Summer, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's summertime. Efren, are you a Ghostbusters fan?
Oh, I love Ghostbusters. I mean, the first one, especially, of course. You know, I've never seen the one right before this, so I got to check that one out. I don't know why I haven't, but you know, I really enjoy the Ghostbusters.
It's well worth the watch, Efren.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, I just want it to be enjoyable and just a good 2 or 3 hours in a movie theater, man. You know, hopefully, it's a good one. And I agree with you guys. Hopefully, they're passing the torch. You know, and the third one will probably be a trilogy and, you know, tie it all up nice and neat, you know. Maybe they'll do the Iron Man and kill one of the main characters.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe you haven't seen Afterlife, Efren.
No, I just
it's
haven't
got
seen it yet.
a real nostalgia hit in
Yeah.
it at the end. Worth watching.
Yeah.
I also can't help but notice in this poster here that we've got Slimer up in the top corner as well.
Oh, okay. I noticed that.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm hoping to see him in it. Okay, moving on. Oh, shit in hell! This has caused absolute chaos in the collecting community over the last few weeks, week in particular. I've picked this particular slide, but there are a whole host of YouTubers doing a lot of stuff on this if you want to go and check them out. I'll get his name wrong. Efren, your pal, is it Swaggle House?
Swaggle House.
Swaggle House is doing a lot of videos on this. 3
Yeah.
videos, I think, well worth checking out. You guys familiar with this CGC debacle?
I just heard today that there was some kind of reholdering scandal or something. I don't know the details of it at all.
Von Hoot, have you seen this?
I'm the same. I saw the headlines and just was like, I can't be asked.
It's interesting. It is interesting. Luke, I know you're aware of it. Do you want to say anything about it before I start?
Yeah. Do you want me to give a run through on what?
Yeah,
it's
you give
about,
a run
or-
through, mate.
So to my knowledge, I've only watched a few videos on it. But basically what it's boiling down to is a particular seller who has shockingly been operating for a great number of years, potentially even 12 years under 2 different names, has basically been buying up different books, some in high grade, some in qualified grade, and basically swapping them out. So what they're doing is actually swapping the books out from one holder into another, and then resending said book back to CGC in order to get a new custom label. So basically doing a reholder of said book. And obviously somewhere along the line, that means that these books aren't getting rechecked or something isn't happening. And so a qualified book is now going out with the original high grade label and everything else to do with it. So like people have been stating in various forums and on various videos, basically this has been going on for over a decade, and in all honesty, I kind of thought it was inevitable that something like this, not necessarily this specific scam, but definitely something to do with these grading companies would come about eventually. I think a lot of people put too much faith in these grading companies for this money that they're spending, and so yeah, I mean, it was kind of inevitable that something like this was gonna happen at some point.
Absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. Pretty much any collectible or anything of value goes through kind of forgery issues. You've got forgery of artwork, pottery, toys, all that kind of stuff. So this has been on the kind of the burner for a while. And we've had some kinds of issues previously. This one, but it's boggling people's minds, certainly boggling my mind, as to how it technically happens. How it's because there's rumor of rumblings. Not that I'm casting aspersions or anything, but that perhaps there's somebody in CGC who's influencing this in some way. Because how do you take a book, a shitty book, and send it for reholdering, and it suddenly changes completely and gets a higher grade? And like you said, Luke, I think this came to light because of the jeweler's inserts issue was present on the new book but hadn't been listed anywhere on the second book. And also they've now this YouTuber has found what do you call it, a green label book which has been removed somehow, sent for reholdering, and then come back with a higher grade and not a green label anymore. So potentially there's a lot of money being
so this is the thing, I see it as you'll take, because obviously everything comes with an inner sleeve and everything else, and that's separate to the label and all the rest of it. So I would imagine, again, the only way that I could see that someone would do it is that you have a high grade book and you have a qualified or a low grade book, and you swap them over, because once you take that high grade book out, you can send that back again and get your high grade back again.
But again, that doesn't. This is the problem I'm having with it, because my understanding of the regrade process was you send in your book and then they crack it there and then and change the
well, this is the thing. So if you're saying that the case is broken, how broken is it that you're sending it back? So if you're going to put the qualified book inside the other slab, and then you're going to send that whole slab over to them, the point that I'm making is I think the biggest fault here is that, obviously, and I don't want to say stuff that isn't true because we don't know, but it indicates that CGC aren't then rechecking the books. They might not even be taking them out of the inner well again. They're just slapping it straight back into a case and shipping it off quickly.
It was to my knowledge that like if you send in for a reholder, they regrade it anyway.
That's what they're supposed to.
Yeah,
But that's where they're going to fall down, because that's what people are paying money for. You know, I've always said, even before, you know, if CGC had a non-grading thing, like I know they do it for artwork, like you can send a book in just as art and get it graded. I always said that if it was just non-grading, you just want it slabbed, that could be its own process and a different price. But this seems to be that, you know, they're stating, yes, we regrade these books when they get sent in, and they're not doing so. Therefore, they are in void of contract for you paying said money.
For me, it still comes down to how do they get around, again, my understanding, I might be wrong. I send a book in a slab and say, I want it re-slabbed. So it's got to be in a secure slab. If there's anything wrong with that, you would hope they would pick it up. Fair enough, one might get through. But this guy's been doing it for years, and we've probably got, you know, at least 10, 15, 20 books. Is there no way that they flag and say, oh, hang on, Hydra Collectibles is again sent in a destroyed book that will have to... Surely somebody somewhere...
Well, don't use my name. Don't use my name as the example. Everyone's going to think it's me.
So you specifically are sending books in and getting them reholdered. Is that?
I've only ever sent 8 books to CGC in my life.
You heard it here first. Hydra Collectibles.
We found the proof.
Efren, you've got a lot of slabbed books, as has Dr. Von Hood, I know. Yeah. The worry with this is, if this guy's been doing this for a number of years, we could be buying books that don't actually have the correct grade on them. So are you worried about this? Or
let me get this straight. This person's cracking open a book and putting in another book, right? The same book, but just a different book.
Well, yes.
Right? How could CGC... I mean, first of all, I've cracked books before. I haven't done a lot. I've cracked them so I can get them, so I can clean them and press them again.
Yeah.
And when you crack open a book, I mean, you basically break the case. I don't know.
So it's reholdering the case. So what he's doing is he is cracking open the case.
Okay.
He's swapping the books out. So the book is still in its inner well or whatever it is, the plastic that is still sealed in. They're swapping that insert out. And then he's sending that broken case back to CGC to be reholdered, to be put into a new case with a custom label.
But the
I was under the impression that they don't regrade for reholdering. Like they do if you're doing it for a separate company. Like if you take a CBCS and send it over, they regrade. But I was under the impression that they don't do it. Which they
like if you're getting it reholdered, it's probably because it's damaged. If it's damaged, you want to check the book itself is not damaged. So you assume that there would be a reholder.
You're putting the book back inside the case, right?
But that's why it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But
Like,
they also state in their contracts, when you send for a reholder, they state that even if they damage the book by doing that, you might get a grade loss.
Yeah,
so that means they have to regrade the book.
Right.
That's what's always put me off. Like I've got this Turtles book, which I absolutely love, but it's in an old case, and I really want the new case, but I'm too scared to send it in case I get the drop.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll move on because this is very complicated, and I'm eagerly sitting watching it develop. So,
has anything happened to the guy that did this or anything?
Not that I know.
Hardly anybody is naming the seller. Like
that's weird. Why?
So many videos are existing about it, but no one's taking.
So there is a lot of videos out there that I've shown you his eBay page. So if you want, you can find him on. I think Soil House's videos show his second or third video show the guy's eBay page. Right. I think what people are waiting for now is some kind of response from CGC.
Yeah.
So in the vintage coin market and like stamps and things like that, which I know it's all very different, but they share a lot of similarities, especially with slabbing and grading. There are other, I guess you would call them fourth party companies that actually reassess whatever has been graded and slabbed before by other people, and then you get like stickers and things put on saying it's been doubly checked and this, that, and the other. I think that's what we're going to have to venture into, because I think now it's such a risky business with just these few companies that exist. I think we need someone else to keep them in check and police them.
Okay, guys, let's move on. Just to remind everybody in the chat, hashtag Crimbo, stick that into the comments section to win some free comic books. Just going to jump onto the chat before we move on to our next topic. Thank you for presenting that, Luke. It's a real interesting one, to be honest. I'm going to be watching with interest.
I'm going to check my AF-15 again. So.
Yeah, Well, so one of the books that was listed on this guy's eBay page was a Fantastic Four issue 4, I think it is, Hulk 181. You know, there are some big books that he's got, and obviously you look at his eBay screen now and you think, how could anybody buy anything off him? You know, you wouldn't trust. Anyway, Mad Spidey, something close to this was actually discovered in the Link Squad chat. Yeah, wouldn't surprise us, bud. We've got Brian. Thank you for joining, Brian. Hope you're well. I'm sure CGC will now react to this and change the process. Just don't have any idea how many books are out there like this. Yeah. That's the worry, Brian, isn't it? If this guy's been doing it, what do you do? What does CGC do? You know, if it's proven, do they have to go back and somehow try and contact these people? Because these books are now in the wild, aren't they? It's interesting. Chris, somehow opening the slab and inserting the less good one, then send for reholder. They ain't checking them. Yeah, I agree, bud. I agree. No wonder every week's Christmas at Luke's house. That's because he's making all this money selling the books.
I wish I was. I wish I was smart enough to think of it, to be honest.
Yeah. They're only paying for reholder. And I think you're right, Spidey. They don't regrade for a rehold. Fuzzy knows his name. Yeah, I think it's on, like I say, it's on a few of the videos, but his eBay page is still up there and running. So I'm surprised nobody's kind of challenged eBay with it to say he's selling, dodgy goods. Tragedy Tales, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Finished Invincible. What a ride. On to the boys now. Yeah, Invincible is phenomenal. Wealth by lunchtime. Great. Just sent us his address. When he gets his Hulk 180 or 181. Absolutely, bud. Absolutely. Just kidding. Don't send 181. Yeah, you don't want the second appearance of Wolverine. Let's have a look. Sounds like an opportunity to put slabbing prices up. Do you know what? That wouldn't bloody surprise us, Batman. It really wouldn't surprise us if CGC responded in that way. Just a second. Okay. Right, James, you are next up, bud. Tell her about this.
So this is wild. This is like the biggest video game info leak I think ever. So Insomniac Games is the company that does the Spider-Man video games on PlayStation. They've also done like the long-running Spyro they made back on the PS1, Sly Cooper. So they got hacked last week, and the hackers wanted $2 million, or they said they're going to dump everything that they found online, and they didn't pay them, and they did. So there's about 5 hours of the Wolverine game that was announced a couple of years ago, just like gameplay, kind of unfinished gameplay out there, combat sequences. Some of it involves story spoilers, so the entire cast is there, so you know exactly what characters are going to be in it. There's even like gameplay of another character that we didn't know was going to be in it, so like that would have been like a mid-game twist, stuff like that. So crazy. Like I feel really bad for Insomniac. Like these are company I've always loved. There's people behind these games, and they've obviously poured their heart and soul into all this work for so long, and secrecy is a big part of it. Like announcing these projects at conventions and stuff is a part of it, and so like that they've kind of been robbed. So their roadmap basically for the next 10 years has been leaked. So there is a Venom game coming in 2025. So that's gonna I assume be like a Spider-Man Miles Morales style, kind of slow, like slightly shorter than the main game.
Yeah.
Wolverine's 2026. Spider-Man 3 2027, an X-Men game in 2028. Then they're doing a Ratchet and Clank game in 2029, and then X-Men 3, I think they're calling it. So they're considering Wolverine the first X-Men game in 2030. Just insane. Like that must be so gutting to have like your entire plan for the next decade basically just out there now.
Does this stop you from buying them?
No, they're still pushing ahead. I'm assuming like they only made a statement yesterday about Wolverine and said, "Listen, we're not changing anything. We're just gonna keep going."
I mean, if
watch
it's
the stuff.
I mean, if it is just the titles and stuff of these games, so like because obviously it takes time to actually create them. It's not really that different from like being shown the timeline for the latest MCU, is it? Like it's okay, we can get excited that they're coming, but when they actually do these announcements, there's going to be more for them to show, isn't there? There's going to be more for them to reveal.
I suppose, but even like the kind of, the pageantry of Kevin Feige up on stage and announcing those, that's been robbed from them, Like I was shocked, like Wolverine, I would have assumed an X-Men game down the road was going to happen, but just knowing now that is happening is kind of like, oh, that's unfortunate for them. Very exciting though. Like I've I was sort of on the fence about looking at the Wolverine stuff, but I just said, I'm going to come across this anyway. I'd rather just choose to see it than have something thrown in front of me. And it looks awesome. Looks incredible. Like the gameplay, very kind of God of War-esque, very brutal. You know, like it looks, you know, it's early, but like it looks incredible. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, just, you know, a Venom game sounds amazing. Spider-Man 3, again, kind of assumed that was happening. And then, yeah, an X-Men game, you know, I assume there'd be like 5 or 6 playable characters in that. That'd be incredible. 2030, you're talking PS6, like late PS6.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about this, James. I think it's absolutely shit for the company. I think, you know, anything like this is awful. As Fuzzy says as well, you know, tech companies getting hacked never looks good. Absolutely. Yeah. But I guess it is very raw at the moment. But I have to say I'm a bit with Luke in terms of, does this really damage anything? I get what you're saying. They don't get that kind of hurrah moment of announcing. But in some ways, does this not just even build more excitement? You know, more talk, more word of mouth, maybe.
I guess so. But like you would have kind of like Venom would have been a surprise. It's out next, like in 6 months, kind of thing. You know, like Ash. Like this would be planned. Like Sony would have a conference this time next year, and that was the big announcement for that. That's now down the toilet. You know, like or whatever, Paris Games Week or the Game Awards or whatever. You know, there would have been a plan of where and when these were going to be kind of shown.
Whilst that's true, I mean, it's almost like they're being given advertising for free. I mean, it's like now they don't have to put on that and spend that marketing budget on that. So
yeah, I guess so. But like when any of these would have been announced, it would have been the top trending thing on Twitter. You know, like everyone would have been talking about it anyway. So I don't know if it would have made that much of a difference. You know,
all I know is I watched some of that footage from Wolverine, and it sounded and looked superb. And it might just be the game that makes me buy a console.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
So have any of these leaks been met with disappointment from fans? Because if not, that would give investors a big like sway in, okay, well then we'll just drop that and it won't happen.
Your typical internet bullshit of like, oh, this looks shit, oh, this is just the Spider-Man engine, oh. You know, but like people who don't understand that this is like 3 years away, this game. You know, there's you know, obviously the animations aren't finished, the graphics aren't finished, you know, like there's gonna be tweaks to the engine and all that. I even think like the voice actor for Wolverine's not gonna be the final one because it doesn't sound like the actor that it's supposed to be, you know. So yeah, it's unfortunate. And there's like other stuff, like some of the personal information of the employees was also leaked there. Contracts, like their contract with Marvel, like they have a exclusivity deal with X-Men till 2036 or something like that as well.
Well, that's certainly not okay.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
so horrendous.
Okay, guys. Interesting. It's not good for anybody involved in the company. But I am glad that the company stood its ground and didn't kind of back down to the people trying to get money out of them. Okay, guys, last opportunity. Hashtag Crimbo in the comments to get into the comic giveaway, the first of 2 tonight, and we'll draw that in a second. Chris, the personal leaks is a shit trick. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Okay, hashtag Crimbo, and we'll do the draw now. Okay, so let me just share my screen, if I can remember how to do it. Share screen, giveaway tool. Okay. Oh. Can everybody see that?
Yep.
Okie dokie, guys, ladies and gents, good luck, and then we shall pick some comics. So I shall just hit this, and there we go. Best of luck, everybody. And our winner tonight, for the first time, is Mad Spidey. Good stuff.
You're going to Australia.
You're going to Australia. Congratulations, Mad Spidey. Drop us your address, and we'll get those sent over to you. Right, guys, we shall pick some comic books. Hang on a second, just remove that. We'll do what we usually do, guys. So, Mad Spidey, if you're still watching, you will get a copy of a comic book that a friend of ours produced called The Weeping Blade, and a set of stickers and 5 books, and there's 5 of them on screen. So, Luke, tell us when to stop.
Stop.
Front or back?
Back.
Back. Efren?
Too much pressure. I don't know if I can handle this. Stop.
Front or back?
Front.
Front. James?
Stop.
Front or back?
Back.
And Von Hoot? Every week.
Stop.
Front or back?
Back.
Back. And I'll pick one. Fingers in. Right.
Peter, was that the front or the back?
Oh, it's a doubler. You've got a doubler. Right. So you have got issue. Don't know what issue that is. No, make this big. That's Luke. Right, Mad Spidey. You've got Haha issue 5 and issue 6 by Maxwell Prince. Really, really cool. A really cool series that. That's a doubler. You have got, what's that? Deathbringer. Not a bloody clue. Don't know what that is. That's coming your way. You've got, one of my favourites. Silver Coin, issue 2. And boobies. You've got Black Cat. It's a Spider-Man book. Don't know which one it is. But, yeah. That one. And House of Knights of X. The variant cover for Knights of X. Smashing. Right. Send us your address, bud. And we shall get those off to you. Probably in the new year. I'll send those through to you. Right, guys. There's going to be another giveaway later on. And we'll let you know the giveaway tool number for that in a bit. Hashtag, yeah.
That's the word you're looking for.
Hashtag, that's the word. Struth. Yeah, absolutely. Fuzzy's on fire tonight. Yeah. Cliff, finger those comics. I'm not even going to. Filth. Okay, guys, next bit of news. Again, like I said, it's all pretty interesting stuff this week. We have got... we knew this was coming, didn't we? This dickhead, we knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody bothered by this?
Nope. Let's move on.
I'm sad that this happened just in general, because I think he was a really promising. This guy was on his way to an Oscar, 100%, like in the next 5 years. And I felt like he was the most exciting thing about the Marvel movie. So this is just kind of disheartening now that this has happened.
Yeah, but if he did it, then bollocks to him.
You know what, though?
Exactly.
Again, let's give credit where it's due, because regardless of what we think of Disney sometimes, good for them for waiting for the verdict. Good job for them waiting for the evidence, because this could have gone very differently like it has done in the past. Yes, okay, it's all come out now we know, whereas before we didn't. And I think we got to praise them for not rushing ahead with their decisions until now.
Yeah, no, I agree. Do we want him recast, or we're happy to leave Kang behind and focus on something different?
Do you know what? I heard someone say it, and I thought that's a good idea. Bring Denzel Washington in as an older version of Kang. Yeah.
Has Denzel done any Marvel movies? I don't think he has.
I don't think he has at all. No.
He's been floating around for Magneto, but he's not done any. Don't think he's done any superhero stuff at all.
I just think, after he does his time, he's done his time. So I'm not sure why Marvel wouldn't try to, or some other film's going to give him another chance. There was the NFL.
He'll get back to
player.
indies and stuff, I'm sure.
There was years ago, there was an NFL football player, Michael Vick. He went to jail for doing something horrific to dogs, and he went to jail, and now he's on network TV. His life went on. So
yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, I think Fuzzy's right here. Denzel ain't playing dress up.
The truth of the matter is that the Loki TV show did give us a good ending point if they did want to get rid of Kang. And again, I won't go into any spoilers for people who haven't seen it, and I know not everyone does watch the Disney Plus shows, but that is a good jumping off point if they did want to leave the character. I feel like there is an ending to it, and it won't seem abrupt if we don't see him again.
Yeah. I just think it's a shame, because Kang's such an interesting character. We could have done so much with him, I think I would quite like him to be recast. but I think it's too damaged at the moment. I don't think people really want to see it anymore.
I think if you recast, it'll just sort of be a lingering thing then, where you're looking at him, how would he have done that? That scene, or they wouldn't have done it with him. So maybe it is better to just say Loki is the end of that, even if that is a bit kind of deflating, I guess.
Yeah.
If Marvel does it, the next movies or the movies moving forward, if they're great, fantastic, like Avengers Endgame, everybody's gonna forget this, and just enjoy the movie.
Michael Jai White's awesome.
I like Michael Jai White. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Right. That's all the newsy stuff I wanted to talk about. Let's talk. Let's do some Christmas stuff. Let's talk Christmas. And I guess what I want to know is what your favourite movie of the year was, and what your biggest disappointment in terms of movies for the year was. I've stuck a load up there, and there's a whole host of interesting movies. Give you a few seconds just to have a little look-see at that. Mad Spidey, I'm torn because I like Kang as a character, but I'm not a big time travel fan. I like him as a character. I think you could have some real fun with him, to be honest. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Von Hoot, we'll start with you. What about you? What do you think has been your favourite movie of the year?
Favorite is Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only this week I've seen it, but it's so much better than it has any right to be. Like, I absolutely loved it. It's so much fun. And nothing really has touched it in sort of like it. There are movies that are great this year, but I felt like that one is another level, and I didn't expect it to ever be at that sort of a level, which is an achievement. Guardians as well. Guardians 3, I really like that. Yeah, it'll be Godzilla. Yeah, sure, for favorite.
What about biggest letdown?
I think probably I'm having a hard time remembering this year, but I think it's probably got to be The Flash, in so much as I didn't hate The Flash, but it wasn't what it should have been. And I sort of, maybe because I went into it thinking it might be good, it let me down. Whereas it's all right, it's watchable, but it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought Flash was dreadful, if I'm honest. James, how about yourself?
It's tough because, there's so many great movies this year. The Flash, Ninja Turtles, John Wick 4. So I think John Wick is the only thing I said that's a 10 out of 10. That's amazing. I think that is one of the best action movies ever made. So I suppose I go for that. Turtles is up there though. I fucking love Turtles. I thought it was phenomenal.
What about letdown?
Indiana Jones, I think, was sort of just really nowhere near as good as it could have been or should have been, with the people that were involved in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. For me, there are a couple of surprises in there. Oppenheimer was superb, but for very different reasons. I loved Strays. I don't know if any of you guys saw Strays.
I was dying to see it, and I just never got around to it.
And I think probably it's because of the cinema experience, because I went with my son, and we just sat and just laughed. Stupid laughs all the way through, because it's juvenile crap, Renfield, I thought, was absolutely superb. Really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was surprisingly good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
I loved
that
it as well.
-1, I really loved. Biggest letdown, there were a few for me. I could say, Flash, but I kind of went into that expecting it to be rubbish. Quantumania, I think, was poor as well. But 52 with Adam Driver. Is it 52 or
60?
60, I can't remember.
60?
Yeah, I can't. 28, I can't remember. Yeah, the dinosaur one. Could have been so much fun and could have been so powerful.
It had so much potential, didn't it?
But it was flat as a fart, and I don't know if that's because of him as an actor. In terms of just absolute, I'm sorry, I know I'm picking most of the ones on screen. I agree, John Wick 4, but Cocaine Bear was just hilarious.
Great, I thought
just
so.
Hilarious. Yeah. Efren, how about yourself?
For the best movie, because it was a good way to end this series. It was Guardians of the Galaxy. Had some laughter and some tear jerking. Made me sad and cry a little bit. Seeing these characters go. I'm glad that the main character looks like he's going to be back a little bit. See how much they're going to use him moving forward. For it was, I mean, there was no really bad movie to say, per se, at least in my opinion. I mean, I think I have to agree with James. I never thought about that. The Indiana Jones was a little bit of a letdown. I was expecting something different. I don't know, but it was an old man, just trying to, relive his youth, So I was hoping for something more, to end it in a high note. But yeah, like I said, there wasn't really a bad movie that really said, yeah, I hated it,
Yeah. Good point, Efren. How about you, Luke?
Yeah, so for me, I think animation dominated this year. I think the Turtles, Super Mario Brothers, and Spider-Verse were absolutely phenomenal and just knocked it out of the park. I think all three of them were absolutely amazing, and to pick a favorite is really hard. I genuinely enjoyed all three of them and have watched them multiple times since with my own children.
Get off the fence.
No, I'm just saying, like, animation as a whole was brilliant. If I personally did have to choose one, then my nostalgia goes towards Turtles. I really did enjoy that, and I loved the way the animation was played out.
I loved
it wasn't perfect, but it was really good, really good. Again, being a bit on the fence with bad movies, it's pretty much everything that came from Disney, whether it be the superhero stuff, whether it be some of the Star Wars things, whether it became their animation things, just everything recently from Disney just kind of fell flat. None of it wowed me like Disney used to.
I've not seen The Little Mermaid, but I don't know how that's.
I really liked it. That was really good.
Didn't see it. I forgot as well. Dungeons and Dragons. That totally took me by
That was
surprise.
so underrated. I thought that was fantastic. Yeah,
but do you know, the other thing that I think as well, what we have to always try and remember, especially if we do ever look back at this period of time, is it is all still very early after the pandemic. A lot of this stuff, whether it was done beforehand or shortly afterwards, it was an awkward time for things to be released.
Yeah.
I like the way they rejuvenated the Scream movies too. I wouldn't have watched it. Here we go. I'm watching it, but you guys are influencing me. I wouldn't have watched it without you guys telling me about it. And when I watch, I go, "This is really good." I like the way they rejuvenated.
Well, I had some good horrors this year. Actually.
I was about to say we're gonna have a show next week about that, wrapping all the horror stuff. But it's been a fantastic year for it. Like Thanksgiving, fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Talk to Me. Possibly the best movie of the year, I think, as well. So yeah, it was a phenomenal year for Able to Rise, like I said.
Yeah. Just going to jump into the chat, guys. We've got Mad Spidey saying his favourite movie was Assured by Dr. Van Hoot. Yeah, I love that. Dr. Van Hoot was dancing was a triumph, absolutely. Pad Bear, biggest letdown was Across the Spider-Verse. Wow. That's
understand where he's coming from, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think
in comparison with the first one,
I preferred the first one, and I was.
I mean, the first one is a better movie, but the sequel is still excellent. I mean,
yeah.
Mission Impossible. Shout out to Mission Impossible. That was an epic.
It was. Then just
Peter's Aquaman review.
Yeah.
Little dance sequence at the end.
I can't unsee that.
Crawl Chris, nice to see you, Chris. I hope you're well and getting ready for Christmas. Spider-Verse and Oppenheimer. Yeah, Oppenheimer was, I mean, I know you're a big history buff, Chris, so Oppenheimer was just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. Both had me genuinely debating in my head if they were the best film I've ever seen in any year. So it's time to. Yeah, Chris, I can't disagree with Oppenheimer, mind. I thought that was just a spectacle of a film. It was incredible. Werewolf. I didn't watch any movies on that list. Wow, but I want to see The Boy and the Heron. Saw the trailer for that the other day. Yeah, it looks really interesting.
Yep.
Chris,
it's out here in Switzerland, but there's no English. I can't watch it in English or with English subtitles. It'd be French subtitles. I'm like,
oh right, yeah.
I have to leave it.
Chris, Mario was a big win for my family. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Mario. I just thought it was fun. Hi James, nice to see you, my friend. Cliff is saying Little Mermaid was really good. I'll have to check it out. I don't know if it's on Disney Plus yet. I'll have to have a look.
I think it is.
Is it? Yeah. Cliff's totally enjoyed Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I loved it. And seeing the cartoon versions in live action, just superb. Baywatch reboot. Yeah. Andor wowed me. Yeah, that was very, very cool. Really enjoyed that. The Collector. I'm not sure what that one is, Fuzzy. Don't know if I've seen that.
It's a sci-fi movie. I haven't seen it, but I hear it's excellent.
That robot one, the creation.
Yeah, the creator.
Or creator.
The creator was very cool. Yeah,
I
like that
enjoyed that. You know, again, it
maybe
wasn't...
that's what I was mistaking it for. Maybe that's what he meant.
Yeah.
There is a movie called The Collector, thinking about it, but that's a horror movie, and that came out like years ago. So
the creator, I wonder if that's what Fuzzy means, but yeah, that's a superb movie. Super Mario movie was a blast to see in the theatre with my girls. It was cool to share that joy of a franchise we all love. Yeah, I thought it was superb, mate. I really did enjoy it. I've never heard anyone say it's out here in Switzerland in my life.
Very fair. Yeah.
I just had a quick look through the best 50 films from 2023 on the BFI website, and I haven't seen a single movie from that list. That's really bad. I need to get my game up. But there's stuff on here that I really, I should see, like Barbie, and I will go and see it eventually. I just haven't got around to it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into Barbie because I'll get cold.
Barbie was fantastic. I'm just kidding.
Was it though? Was it
that song was the only good thing in that film.
Yeah.
Oh, you just hate women.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's
like,
the
I know
problem with not.
decisive.
That's the problem, isn't it, with not liking something now? You just get branded.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. TV, guys. Let's touch on TV. Best TV show of the year. For me, I'll start off. I've got two that I kind of three. Oh God, there's loads. My dogs are going mad downstairs. I don't know if you can hear them. First of all, Picard was absolutely phenomenal this year. The last season of that was just absolutely breathtaking. Fall of the House of Usher was stunning as well. And also I loved Only Murders in the Building. But I think it was the weakest season this far, mate. And Gen V was amazing as well. There's tons of good TV. Luke, we'll start with you. Best TV.
So, it's a difficult one for me because I don't normally watch things immediately when they come out. So I obviously did check out Invincible, but only season 1, and that wouldn't have been this year. That would have been the year before, right? So yeah, I honestly don't know. I am watching Only Murders in the Building, but again, I'm behind. I can't think of anything that came out this year that I'm actually watching. I watched Loki season 2. And I've said before on the show, I thought that was quite good, particularly the last half. But yeah, I don't tend to watch things the week that they come out.
How about you, Efren?
To me, anything Star Trek, Picard, was it Brand New World or the one
Strange New World?
Strange New Worlds, and even Star Trek Lower Decks, the animated series, is well done. There was a crossover between Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks. It was pretty funny. I loved For All Mankind. I'm watching it now. It's like the 4th season. One that you didn't put up here. Well, I'm not sure when this one came out, but it's From. I'm not sure if it came out this year or last year. That's another good one. Yeah. I'm really into TV. I've been watching Invincible. I want to watch Reach. I've been watching a lot of commercials for it, so I plan to check that out. But they're all such good movies. Even Only Murders in the Building. I think they're gonna have a season 4. So
Werewolf by Lunchtime. Sorry, you just said Last of Us, which I didn't think of. That was this year, wasn't it?
Luke, I was coming up next. You could have waited. You could have held on. And I'd have been the one to guilt everybody for not mentioning the Last of Us.
Yeah,
Last of Us is excellent too. Yeah, I mean, everything's so good.
Right. House of the Dragon. Yeah, Werewolf by Lunchtime. House of the Dragon.
Absolutely. That was last year, wasn't it?
I'm not sure, mate. Was it that?
Yeah, last year.
I can't remember. Sean, anyone seen Rebel Moon? Not yet. I'm hearing mixed things about it. But...
Thank God someone said they like it because I haven't watched it yet, and all I'm hearing is it's shit. So like I'm okay. I'm a bit more
Howard and James, what's your favourite of the year?
This might shock you.
Is it? Will it?
But I love The Last of Us. I honestly, I think it's not even close. I think the worst episode of The Last of Us was better than any other episode of any other show this year. So like that's a given. I think Gen V I loved really.
Yeah,
loved. I thought it had a really unique perspective on that universe, and it did a lot of things I wasn't expecting, and just seeing the kind of the college kid take on that world was so fascinating. So I love that as well. Blackbird.
Yeah, I watched
Egerton.
That was based on the true story, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was really engrossing, I thought, as well. Scott Pilgrim. I haven't finished it yet, but loved it. Yeah, only Murders in the Building. There's a lot of good, reliable stuff, but like, yeah, Last of Us for
Good. You know
by a
what?
mile.
We get quite focused, don't we, on a lot of the negativity about some of the TV stuff. Rightfully so, I think, for some of the Disney shows. But actually, there's been some damn good stuff this year, I think. I think there's been some cracking stuff. Dr. Von Hoot, don't say Neighbours. Don't say Neighbours.
No, I'm going to agree partially with James in like I think probably Last of Us is up there. Like it's quite, an achievement. And it is good from start to finish too. There's nothing falling apart. But there's been some good documentary TV shows like Escaping Twin Flames and Chimp Empire. That was really good as well.
Yeah, I never got to see that. You mentioned that a while ago. I didn't get to watch it.
It's on Netflix. Give it a go. It's worth a watch. Then Gen V I really liked, and Invincible. If Invincible was a whole series, I think it probably might be my pick. I love it, but it just isn't all there, is it? But the honest answer is Neighbours, because it's back. Yeah, that's the actual best TV show ever made.
I thought there was going to be a follow-up statement there, but all right.
Every time I open myself up for it, really, with these kind of questions, don't I? Lots of people commenting. James, expect mixed feelings for Rebel Moon. I'm going to give that a watch tomorrow. I've heard.
Yeah, it's annoying that it's like it's not an R-rated. Like he's doing a director's cut. So why did they just make that?
Well, apparently that's on Netflix. Netflix decided to cut it up again. But has Zack Snyder ever released a movie that's complete? Seriously, every single one of his films comes out in an extended cut afterwards.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I heard someone say that the dialogue in it is horrendous. It's like it's been written by AI. It's just it's shit. So it'd be interesting. I'm looking
Peter,
forward
I know you
to
didn't
seeing
ask, but I want to vent that Secret Invasion was the worst show of the year. I think
I liked Secret Invasion.
Horrendous.
I didn't mind it. It
fucking
wasn't
awful.
It's not great, but I wouldn't go as far as worst.
Oh, by a country miles, the worst thing. It's the worst thing Marvel's ever done, I think.
Hey, Peter, can you put that picture back up of all the TV shows? What's the bottom? This the one on the left-hand side with the woman just like a half a mask on?
The Fall of the House of Usher. It is phenomenal.
I haven't seen that yet. So.
It's worth watching, Aaron.
Wednesday?
Efren.
It's Wednesdays, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wednesday's very cool. So, Fall of the House of Usher is all based on Edgar Allan Poe. Little short stories, poems, but it all interlinks. It's a really interesting story.
I got to check it out.
Fuzzy, I think I'm probably with you. Ahsoka being quite disappointing.
Wednesday was last year, just so you know.
Wednesday was last year, was it? All right.
Was it?
Yeah, I just checked.
Oh, shit.
Invincible, don't watch it. Kirkman's best work. Yeah, I love the book. I enjoyed the first season, mind, I have to say. Sean, Rebel Moon is a mixture of other films, but I really enjoyed it. Cliff, oh my god, the lines are not written for Rebel Moon. It's fine. Secret Invasion was good for what it was allowed to be. Yeah. Most confusing TV show ever, that House of Usher. I don't know. I think it's good. Okay, guys, moving on to comic books. So, I know not all of you read regularly, so just want to know what your favourite book that you've read.
We can do this really quickly. The answer's Transformers.
Transformers, everything. Yeah. Is it though? Is it? So Transformers is stunning, but I have to say, what we see beneath the tree. I always get the title wrong.
Yeah.
Beneath the trees that nobody
sees. Yeah, I think that's pipping it for us. Something
it is great. It is great.
Punisher's amazing. There's a lot of good books there.
Daredevil I heard was fantastic this year.
Daredevil, Punisher, the Batman. Yeah, there's just so much good stuff there. Philadelphia's on there. So yeah, we'll start with you, Efren. We'll start with you, mate. What's been your favourite read of the year?
Oh gosh. Of the year, I'm always talking about it. I probably have to go with Philadelphia by Rodney Barnes. I just really like that storyline. Ex-presidents, they've been around forever. They're vampires who are taking over Philadelphia. They recently brought in Spawn and Savage Dragon. I think they're going to be bringing in Blackula too. But I was telling Peter before we went on air that I've been reading this book they kept on talking about, and I think it's really good. It's called The Devil That Wears My Face by Mad Cave Studios.
Oh, I need to get back on that. I only read the first issue. The first issue was amazing.
Storyline. and it's written by David Pepose, who's doing the most recent Punisher too. I went, wow, what a good storyline. You know, just basically this priest gets possessed by a demon, and he goes back to the Vatican, and all hell breaks loose so far. You know, so it's a good storyline. I highly
How
recommend.
many issues are out of that now? Three.
Okay. Yeah, 3. So I just finished reading them. Like,
oh,
it's a good storyline. You know, something different. Yeah. You know, so it's because it's a possession, but usually, you know, you see like some person gets possessed and they wreak havoc, but the demon transfers to a priest, and I won't tell you any more about it. You know, it's a good storyline.
Very cool. Very cool. Von Hoot, what about yourself? Transformers?
Yeah, I mean, Transformers is the one because it's so well handled, and I love DWJ's work already, and he's just transported that over into Transformers. So I was always in for this, and I knew it was going to be good as well, which is really a relief to read it and be like, it's as good as I thought it was going to be, and it is as good as I thought it was going to be. But you're right, Beneath the Trees is stellar. I'm maybe looking forward to Beneath the Trees a little bit more than Transformers, just because I don't know where they're going to go. Whereas I've got a good idea of where they're going to go with Transformers.
I'm hoping that Beneath the Trees maintains the same pace and quality.
Yeah.
Because if it manages that for the, I don't know, is it 6 issues or whatever?
I think it's something like that.
It'll be a stunning little book. You know, it really will. James T, how about yourself?
I don't think I read anything new this year, but a couple of things I did pick up. The Elvira series, fantastic. Like I know, I thought that was really fun. Just a good, goofy, fun read. Yeah. But I'd say the best thing I read this year was Philadelphia. I think, like, just to enter that world, and it was so unexpected, and I thought, another kind of just an interesting take on vampires, and I like the characters in it and the kind of historical twists of it as well. Like, it was really fascinating. So I love that one.
That's a great pick. I mean, I remember, must be 2 years ago now, or whatever it was, when Ephraim first recommended that book to us, and getting to the end of it and seeing who the main bad guy was and thinking, what the shit is going on here? It's just brilliant. Luke, how about yourself?
Yeah, so again, it's one of those things where I don't read things as soon as they come out. I tend to wait and then binge everything all at once, like whether it be in trade paperback or something else. However, I did jump onto Beneath the Trees, and I am really enjoying that. But it probably is the only thing that I've read this year. I can tell you what has been shit this year, and that is Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that Turtles book what to read.
No, Spider-Man. But that's been shit for a while. It's not just this year.
It's nothing new, is it? It's been poor for a long time. Although I'm going to give it a bit of a pass, because there are some good issues. The Spider-Man kind of retelling of Kraven's The Last Hunt was very strong. Though I haven't finished that yet. I think I read the first 2 issues, so I need to read the last part of it. Good year for comics, actually, in some regards. There's been some good stuff. I think I would agree with Luke. I think the big 2 haven't potentially hit the mark on a lot of areas for me. Particularly some of the DC books have been dire.
I don't know. I found DC to be more interesting than Marvel by and large from what I've read, with the exception of maybe Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk.
I'm enjoying that.
Sort of blow me away.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that. Just jumping to the chat, we've got Fuzzy saying something epic. Yeah, I love that book. And Jack saying the same. Cliff, Wonder Woman is freaking great. I read the first issue. Efren, I know you're reading that. You're enjoying that one, aren't you?
Yeah, it's been a good read so far. Yeah.
Werewolf. I gave Mrs. Werewolf an old book which had Fall of House of Usher. She read it, loved it, and now is watching the Netflix series. Let her know what she thinks, because I'm a big fan of it. Dead Man, Beneath the Trees is Ribbon Queen. That's a superb book. That's a very, very strong book.
I've still got to read that. I've got.
Oh mate, I know what you're like. You'll love it. You will love it. Cliff, Fall of X, interesting. Brought me back into the X-Men. I'm totally engaged. I've struggled with the X-Men books at the moment. Still find them hard, I have to say. Dead Man, got the first 4 issues into Wonder Woman in a box with 50 other books waiting to read. Yeah, I'd do that. I'd pile books. Werewolf, not one comic shop in Australia is Beneath the Trees. You can't even find it on eBay. It's pricey on eBay, but I think there's a second print I noticed in our local comic shop the other day. If I'm in there, I'll have a look for it, guys, and I'll pick up a few copies of the second print to send out to those that have missed it.
Yeah, that's a good idea, just because a lot of people are struggling to find the second issue. I'm sure second print even. I'm
sure Forbidden Planet had a stack of them when I was in there last week. Nice of you to join. Thank you very much, bud.
Peter, I was waiting for you to try and pronounce that
I
name
just went straight past it.
Coochin and Slooching with
Cooching and Slooching
sea
with Sea
bizzle.
Bizzles. Yeah.
Couching and slouching with Seabiz. Seabiz is one of my
shit, I
guys.
fucked
He's
it up.
awesome.
Yeah.
Seabiz is awesome.
Oh, my God.
Dead Man, they've been second prints of 1 and 2. Yeah, the hard to find, bud. That's what I'm hearing. Sorry, just trying to keep it with the chat, guys. You guys are jumping tonight. This is great. 19 people watching. Please do hit that like and subscribe. ASM finally starting to get very good after the Kamala death. Yeah, that was just bollocks, wasn't it? That irritated us no end, I have to say. I've enjoyed Spider-Man recently. The past few months weren't bad. Good stuff, Fuzzy. Nice to hear. Oh, we've got Canadian Survivalists in the house. Nice of you to join, mate. Hope you're well. I see now. I think Couch and Slouching's just saying things to try and make me struggle to pronounce it.
Harriet Tubman.
Demon Slayer. Not heard of that one. Heard of that one.
Sounds like a spin-off of the bloody Abraham Lincoln Vampire
Hunter. Yeah.
He really likes it. And he's mentioned it a few times, but I keep meaning to get it to check it out.
I'll have to check that one out. Have to check that one out. Sounds interesting. Dead Man, the prices are crazy, even for the second print now. Oh, God, I'll definitely go to Food and Plant, see if I can get some. We've got Connie in the house. Nice to see you, Connie. I hope you are well. And Crouch and Slouching is saying that he agrees with Cliff about Fall of X. I might have to go back and repick that up. I read the one where... was it the Hellfire Gala where they were all attacked? I think I read a couple of issues after that. Dead Man, on eBay, there's already a 9.8 for £100 for the second print. Dear Lord. Anyway, okay, guys, moving on. What we've been reading, we've been talking comic books, and there's a couple of books we've been reading recently. Dr. Von Hoot, I haven't read issue 2 yet of The Deviant, so spoiler free. How's it going?
It is Tinian-y in so much as it slows down, like everything that they did and sort of the momentum that they had with the first issue. They sort of go, wait, we know you were enjoying that, but let's talk a lot. So it's like it's not bad, but it is a backpedals. Let's slow it all down, stretch this out for a little bit, sort of issue. But it's good still.
Tinian does that often, doesn't he, for some of his books? I'm looking forward to reading it. I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
See what it's like. I read Gumma. Has anybody else read this? Cack. I was looking forward to it, and I'm just confused by it. Starts off with like vampire type creatures, and then goes to kind of prostitutes in a workhouse on drugs. And this woman's kind of malnutrition.
Ghost prostitutes.
No. Ghost prostitutes would have been really interesting. It did nothing for us, sadly, and I was really looking forward to reading it. It's just I'm not understanding at this point the link between the kind of the monsters and stuff, and then this sex workers house thing, which was the large portion of the story. Just didn't do it for us. Blood Commandment by Simon Kredensky, who does obviously something epic. I'm loving this. This is issue 2. This picks up straight after the excitement of issue 1, where basically you've got a vampire living in a secluded kind of woodland area with his son, and he's now being hunted by this other vampire. Now, I heard or I read on one of our shows, somebody came in the comments and said that they thought issue 2 was slow. I couldn't disagree more. This was phenomenal. It's action-packed. Unless I've misread the comment or something. This was just really good vampire action going on. This will make an amazing movie or miniseries at some point. And the artwork of particularly the main vampire is just stunning. Starts off with a real interesting bit of a woodland animal. I can't remember if it's a deer or something, who's had its head ripped off and spinal cord pulled out. And it's just that's how the book kicks off. So really recommend that. Anybody else got anything that they're reading at the moment they want to mention?
Well, there was the new Geiger. I read that this week.
Oh, I've not read that. Is that any good?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like a sort of retelling of the original Geiger series, sort of from a slightly different perspective, and it's sort of setting the table for the ongoing series that starts in April, I want to say. So it's definitely worth a read if you like Geiger. And
I've not read the first. I've got it in trade paperback, but I've not got back to read it yet. So that's the one that.
Give it a read. I love it. I'm a massive fan. I'm definitely going to be getting all the Ghost Machine stuff. Just to at least try it because
Yeah.
Geiger's so strong that I think it's worth a go.
Couchin is saying I read Blood Commandment and it was way better than I thought. It was highly recommended. Yeah, mate, it's very, very good. Very good. Dead Man reading Blood Commandment, issue 2 tonight. Let us know what you think. Terry, drop us a message because I thought issue 2 was better than issue 1. Canadian Survivalist or Bones Dust. Not heard of that one. Not heard of that one. I'll have to check that one out. And Fuzzy Animal Pound today. Really enjoyed it. Again, yeah, not read that one, but I've heard lots of people. Charlie in the Killer Comic Show recommended that one, so I will check.
That's
that
interesting because I've heard really negative things about Animal Pound, so it sort of put me off. So maybe I'm gonna have a
Give it
look
a go.
now. I've heard it's depressing as hell. Like that's one of the
Just
things.
what you want for Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, what we've been buying, recent pickups. I'm going to start off because I've got a few things to show tonight and I want to put some comics in my box. So, as you all know, I buy a whole host of sets from Sad Lemon, places like that, to put in my giveaway box here. So you will see a video of us unboxing these. But for the time being, here we are. So we've got this one. Oh, another copy of the Catwoman. So that'll go in the box in a second. Invincible Iron Man variant cover.
That's a sexy cover.
It's a sexy,
Like that
sexy
one.
cover. That's a nice one. It's a Shredder
That's
variant.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
That's
I like
quality.
that. That's very, very nice. This one's interesting. I don't know who the artist is on this, but I quite like it. It's a Spider-Man and Mary Jane variant, the Virgin variant.
I think her last name is Zulu, Christie Zulu, I believe.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Quite a nice one, that one. I like that one. And then next, is that the Venom Black Widow character?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, quite nice. So yeah, so those variants will all go into the box. I wanted to mention my good pal Andy sent us this, and I know he sent Fuzzy Dunlop a copy as well. This is a Transformers #1, Scotty Young, really hard to get a hold of. It sold out exceptionally quickly. So over the moon to pick this one up. Well, sorry, to be sent this one by Andy. Really, really nice thing.
Yeah,
And
I was
I've
trying
got-
to get that one, but I couldn't. I got in too late. It was sold out. Yeah.
Just going to move that to one side so I don't put it in the giveaway box. Jesus. And then today I've got a present off our good friend James T. Keegan, which I was not expecting, James. And you've made
I know
us-
I'm a selfish bastard. I'd never send you
Yeah, I
anything.
know,
So
I know.
yeah, I thought I'd give back for once.
Yeah, you made us blush. I have to say I absolutely adore this. And I can't thank you enough. It's something that I hadn't seen before, so it really did please us. We've talked about our favourite movies. Who's seen Talk to Me? Anybody else seen
Nobody
Dr.
else?
Von Hoot? Von Hoot, you need to check it out, mate. It's
Talk to Me.
It's the horror movie. It is
Australian horror movie from this year.
very cool.
Hang
very
on,
cool.
let me Google it.
So James has sent me the actual prop hand from Talk to Me, officially licensed by the company. This
I did see it. Yeah,
This is freaky as all fuck.
that's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, this is horrendous. So you obviously you hold
Really
it.
good movie. Apparently,
Yeah.
my
phenomenal,
memory of it isn't so good, but
It's
yeah, I
superb.
really liked it.
Absolutely superb. So yeah, so I absolutely love that. You can put, well, James, you can put a candle in it, but my daughter reliably informs me you can use it for other things as well. It has a
Stay
whole,
on.
Oh wow, it was actually you actually can do that.
yeah,
And maybe hide that.
yeah. And when you read the instructions, it literally says light it, take it in, pass it on. So I'm suspecting.
Okay. I mean, it's in the spirit of the movie, isn't it? I
Exactly.
guess, so, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely love this. This is phenomenal. The writing on it is superb, and like I say, it's officially licensed by the company. So yeah,
From the A24 store. It was one of those moments I was scrolling,
Sure.
I saw it, I was like, oh fuck, Peter would love that. So
it comes in a lovely presentation box as well. So James, seriously, mate, thank you so much. I
no worries,
can't thank
man.
you
Merry
enough for
Christmas.
that. Thank you, Luke. Have you got anything you want to show off?
No, I've not been buying anything outside of Christmas presents. That's where all my money's been going this month.
Yeah, no problem. Efren, how about yourself?
Nope, I'm not finding as many comic books anymore. So sorry guys.
No
I'm not
problem
gonna
at all.
show.
James, have you got anything to show?
No, it's Christmas
sake.
tomorrow, man.
Honestly,
I'll
Jesus.
get on my shit. then.
Von Hoot. You're muted.
Muted.
Yes,
Good man. Good man.
I have some stuff. This arrived in the post. I thought
nice.
this was a charming cover. It's fun.
Is that a picture of Fuzzy with a girl on his lap?
At last, we know what Fuzzy looks like.
Now we know. Yeah, that's a fun one. Variant of Silent Night, issue 2. And then I actually popped into my LCS this week, which is pretty rare, to be honest. And I got first appearance of the Winter Soldier.
Very nice. Yeah.
Which is
very
pretty
nice.
cool.
Very cool, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I was really chuffed to see that just on their shelves, and I thought, I'm having it. There we go.
Yeah.
And then I had a bit of a win the other week on DJ Lynx's channel, and I got this.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really chuffed.
Nice.
It's amazing. As free stuff goes, this is some of the best free stuff. It's amazing. Yeah, love it. And that's it. That's all I can.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that book. And that's a book that's got a lot of room to grow as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
People are being very rude, James.
I fucking to the hand, you know, it's a big leap to make there.
Filth. It needs a tighter grasp to have any views.
That it does.
Yeah. What I say to my wife after showing her a movie I like, talk to me. Yeah. All I ever get from my wife is, yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
After a movie, I'm saying. Yeah. So, yeah. Sweet Christmas indeed. Okay, chaps, let's move on now to talk a little bit about... No, we'll not. We'll do a giveaway instead. Efren, you've got some comics to give away. So tonight we're going to do #free comics. So this is our second giveaway of the night. So please stick into the chat, #free comics. And we'll give away, well, Efren, bless him, we'll give away some comics in a few minutes. So
Yeah,
that's
I only ship
#freecomics.
to I only ship to San Diego.
Yeah, absolutely. So #free comics, guys, for a chance to win some additional comic books. Okay, what we've been watching this week. So I went to see Aquaman on Friday night. I have done a video about it if you want to go and check out my review to that. I've also done a little sing song at the end of the video as well for anybody that's interested.
And a strip.
And a strip, yeah. This movie was it was just weird. Has anybody else seen it yet?
No.
Nah, I might see it. I don't know if I bother.
The special effect. I mean, we saw the trailer, guys, didn't we? And we all said the trailer looked rough. The special effects were pretty ropey throughout. I just don't think I particularly like Jason Momoa as an actor. He was pretty good in Fast and the Furious.
Fast X, yep.
Fast X, but I'm not convinced by him in Aquaman. He's just a bit, Amber's in it more than I expected. I don't know that I could recommend people going to see it. It's not...
I highly recommend people check out your review video.
yeah. Cliff, lackluster. Aquaman 2 was lackluster. Yeah, that's a great word for it, mate. It's just kind of, it's there, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of, not the best. Fuzzy, you've an arse like a 13-year-old boy. Thank you, I'll take that. That's yeah.
Why is Fuzzy looking at 13-year-old boys' asses?
Well, I was just about to say, how do you know, Fuzzy? A 13-year-old boy's ass looks like.
I don't know what's going on. Deirdre Rashid, people are commenting. What's this all about?
Is this Carnation Street? Because Deirdre Barlow.
Oh, I see. Right, I see.
Did something happen on Carnation Street?
Yeah. Comic deal. You've got it wrong, mate. It's free comics. Free comics.
I can give away some physical media.
Yeah, you can't give it away, man.
No one will be able to play it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's this? Review at the end is an 18 certificate, though. Absolutely. So, yeah, I don't know that I could recommend going to see Aquaman, I'm afraid. Okay, we've then got What If. Interested in your guys' thoughts on that. I've only seen the first episode. I have seen people say the first episode is brilliant and amazing. I'm interested to know what you guys think. I found it dull, I have to say. It didn't. Episode 1 didn't blow me away at all. And I don't know if that's just because I'm not a huge fan of the characters involved or what. It was very Blade Runner-y kind of esque, which was interesting, but I didn't think it was phenomenal. Looking forward to seeing the second and third episode. Anybody seen this yet? Anybody seen What If episode 1?
I didn't know it was out, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't know it was out either.
It slipped my mind.
Daily.
I forgot it was out as well.
So it's coming out daily, a different episode every day, I think, from what I understand. Efren, have you seen this?
I haven't seen it, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll be as good as the first season.
Yeah.
But,
I loved the first
enjoyed
season.
it. So hopefully it's good.
Yeah, so I mean, like I say, I think if you're a big Howard the Duck fan, Nebula fan, you might enjoy the first episode. For me, interesting to know what people in the chat thought. For me, it was just a bit meh.
Are we thinking it's all going to tie together like the first season did, or do you think that was just a one-off?
No, I hope so, because I like that interconnected storytelling, really. 23 people watching, please do hit that like and subscribe button, ladies and gents. It would be much appreciated. Fuzzy is saying he preferred the second episode. Interesting, Fuzzy. We've got Roscoe here. Nice to see you, Roscoe. Happy holidays, everyone. Just stop by to say hello and hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you, Roscoe. Hope you're well. Phil, I totally forgot Jason Momoa was in Stargate Atlantis. Oh, I didn't realise that either.
Yeah,
What's he in?
that's where he started.
I didn't know that.
I've got that beat. He was also in Baywatch Hawaii.
Was he?
Yeah, he was one of the leads in Baywatch Hawaii.
I'll be ready.
It's got a different theme tune.
Oh,
It's got an all new theme tune.
that's a shame.
Yeah.
Chris, you quackers, it was brilliant. Comic Deal's just putting free CP. Jesus. Your quackers, it was brilliant. I'll get my code. Absolutely. Free from desire. I can feel. I remember that song. I like that. I prefer Jason Momoa. What is happening to the chat tonight? Sean, I just started watching What If, then your stream started. Yeah, this is much better, mate. This is much better. I'm watching TNG season 4 at the moment. Too good. Yeah, absolutely heyday, really, of Star Trek TNG, I have to say. James, Wonka.
Yes, I went to see Wonka last. Anyone else seen it?
No.
Yeah.
Shame. It's really good. Like way better than it has any right to be. Timothy Chalamet is really fun in it. It's a musical and there's some really good songs. A lot of good kind of British like character actors in there. Rowan Atkinson's in there. A few others. Just really fun. Like if you're kind of looking for a movie around Christmas to go see in the cinema, it's a good time.
Badger saw it and she said it was pretty good, but it was no Paddington 2. So
I haven't seen any Paddington. It's the same director though. I'm aware.
Paddington 2.
Yeah. So the
Same
fact
kind of
that
vibe.
it's done by the same guy who done Paddington means that I want to see it. But then
yeah,
at
it's
the
the
same
only
time,
reason it'll get me in the door.
yeah, at the same time, I don't want to know any more about Willy Wonka's life. Like I love the Gene Wilder version. I don't think we need anything else said. But because I love Paddington and Paddington 2 so much, I will give this a watch.
Yeah,
Paddington 2 is
it's a different
phenomenal.
universe, I guess, but it's a fun one, and it's very Roald Dahl. It's good.
I will go and see this. I have to say, this is on my Christmas list to go and see with the kids because it looks fun, and it's also got a lot of the cast from Horrible Histories, who I absolutely love.
Yeah, a lot of them there, and you know what? There's a really good like emotional beat in the story that I wasn't expecting. That was just like really plucked on my heartstrings, So it was,
I will check that out.
Can we just say Ghosts is amazing?
Ghost
just
is stunning.
as a TV show.
Finishes this Christmas, doesn't it? I think it's the last
Oh,
one.
I've already seen all the episodes. They're all on iPlayer. I think they've already.
There's another
all been
I think there's a Christmas special, and it's
is
the
there?
last ever one or something. Yeah. Can I just say the chat tonight is superb, and we've got just constant hashtag freeze it, fellow, freeze the magic number, free Nelson Mandela. I like that one.
None of them are the right hashtag, by the way.
No. Free the Oompa Loompas. Free Augustus.
I might type in the real one just by default. I might win.
Oh, Christ on a bike. Honestly, you guys are on fire tonight. Okay. Godzilla. I've talked about this a lot. You can go and see this. You can see this over on my channel. But Von Hoot, you've been to see it. Tell us a little bit about this.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's essentially a retelling or reimagining of the original Godzilla, and it's set as a period piece, just World War II onwards, basically, and it deals with, how Japanese society deals with World War II and a giant radioactive monster, and it's just wonderful. It's pitched perfectly, if you ask me, and the action scenes are phenomenal. The scene in the two boats, without going into loads of spoilers, that scene is just one of the best action scenes in forever. It's handled so well. It's beautifully shot. It's beautiful. The sound is amazing. Everybody deserves to see this in a cinema with a good sound system because it's epic. Like, it really blows me away. I can't sing praises enough. I've just heard today that they're re-releasing it in black and white with a slightly different cut.
Yeah, I want to check that out. Yeah.
See, at first I was like, I don't want to see it in black and white, but if you're going to give me a different cut of the movie, then I'm in. You see what I mean? I just don't like it being painted, as it were.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with everything you've just said, Von Hoot. And James, I'm going to come to you in a second because I know you've seen it. For my money, Jesus Christ Almighty, everybody's getting in on it now. It's chaos. Even Cliff's in it. For me, the opening scene of this movie, where the pilots kind of landed, is probably the scariest version of a Godzilla we've ever had.
Yeah,
kind of the roaming around even though it's not as big. I thought that sequence in itself was phenomenal. James, what did you think?
It's phenomenal. Like, I was blown away. I actually don't think I've fully seen a Japanese Godzilla movie. Maybe if any, the original, maybe, but I'm not 100%. This just blew like the American version out of the water, like the impact of Godzilla in it, like, and the movie's not really about him. It's just he just jumps into the story here and there, and like the scenes where, like, there's one sequence where he's just destroying the city, and it's like, holy shit, like, it feels like you're there almost, like, it's insane.
It feels like a real historical epic that
exactly,
properly grounded, and they did a really wonderful job of making me care about that actual characters.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Just never happens in a Godzilla movie. I don't care about the humans.
Absolutely. 100%. Like, I was nearly crying at moments, and like, just like, it was fascinating kind of perspective to have. Like, it's, the kind of the lead character is like a soldier who doesn't really do his duty, and the kind of guilt and shame that he deals with after that, I thought was really fascinating as well. And yeah, it was just incredible.
I thought it was stunning. I think you guys are.
I want this to get the Oscar nod. Honestly, it deserves it. It's that good.
I think it's only best visual effects, and like, the budget was less than $15 million, which is fucking insane for how good it looks.
Mad.
Yeah.
And the director's gone on record as saying that he wishes he had $15 million to make it.
Significantly less than that.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm like you, James. I've not seen any of the Japanese ones. I don't think. Certainly not since I was a young lad.
Exactly.
This blew me away. Really enjoyed it.
I'm gonna go back and watch them now, though. I want to see Shin Godzilla and the
Shin Godzilla's next on my list.
You know what I love is like, they kind of make it look like a guy in a suit at moments.
Yeah,
like the way he walks.
It's wonderful.
Or like the goofy smile he has sometimes as well. Like, I just loved it. I just thought it was excellent. The score, I think, is the original soundtrack. Like, these beats of that.
Yeah,
excellent. Yeah.
The thing I love about it is when they've moved across to doing CG for Godzilla over the monster suit. I always miss the monster suit, and in this is the first time I haven't. Like, I watched it and I felt like that was still Godzilla to me, which is, sort of mind blowing that they can do that for somebody that loves the sort of, the physical effect version. And it's wonderful, and I can see how they could keep going with it as well. I want sequels, and they could do it really well.
Last note, the charge up of like the atomic breath was fucking awesome. Like, it was so cool. Like,
is that a new thing? Where, obviously, I love the noise it makes, but is that a new thing where the spines extend out? I've not seen that before. I don't think.
You know what? I don't know.
'Cause that
I'll
was
have to
very
go back
cool.
and have a look. It certainly isn't from the earlier movies, but they may have
Yeah.
done it in some of the latter.
I really enjoyed that.
I think purposely it's like it feels like a nuke's about to go off kind
Yeah.
of thing. You know,
Yeah,
it's like, oh
100%.
shit, like it's starting now, you know, it's amazing.
Very cool.
It's incredible.
Fuzzy's
I want to see this
just-
version fighting like Ghidorah and stuff like
Yeah.
see how that looked like, how they would do that.
Well, if it was me, the second movie would be the humans building Mechagodzilla to battle Godzilla.
Yeah.
And the third movie would be then having Ghidorah appear from space, or Monster X, depending on what you want to call him. And then you would have sort of a good guy Godzilla versus him battle.
Yeah.
Whereas you would keep him
don't-
bad guy still.
I don't want that in some regard. I hear what you're saying, but for me, Godzilla's a bit like the Hulk. I don't want that. Oh, he's a goodie now. I want what we got in this film, which is just he's a force of nature wandering around screwing stuff
It
up.
depends
No,
how
he's sort
it's
of he's
handled.
sort of malicious in this, Peter. To be fair, you know,
He's what?
He's sort of malicious. He is purposely.
That's what I mean. In future films, I don't want him becoming a goodie and defender.
Yeah, like I would hold
care.
off doing it till the third movie maybe, and keep him sort of still the monster threat
Yeah.
in the second one.
Okay, guys, moving on. Monarch shows a monumental flop. Yeah, I didn't particularly enjoy it. I have to say. Efren, we'll give away some of your comics. Your AF-15, no doubt, you'll be giving away to a good home.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, it is #free comics. You've got 5 seconds to stick #free comics in there, and then we shall roll the dice and see what we'll get on the giveaway tool. So here we go. Good luck, everybody. 14 entries, and we are off. Good luck, everybody. Be typical, Efren, if you get someone in England to send a comic to. Hey, it's Fuzzy! Yay!
Nobody deserves it more.
I'll send it to Fuzzy, but he's got to show me a picture of how he looks like first. So
Congratulations, Fuzzy. Over the moon for you, bud. Right, Efren, do you want to show them what comics you're sending them?
yeah, I'm going to send out 5 comic books.
Hang on a
Let me
second.
know when you're
Hang
ready.
on. Let us make you big. That's the hoot. There we are, Efren. Show what Fuzzy is getting.
First one. By
Nice.
Stanley Lau,
Nice.
Supergirl, number 13. This one is Mace Windu, number 2. It's by Adi Granov. It's Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan.
Oh, that's nice. I like that one.
Yeah. This one is a Wonder Woman book. I just like this cover. You can see it over here.
Yes,
Ooh,
very
nice.
cool. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that.
Yeah, and this one's a Spider-Man spoiler variant. It's just, I think you can write in. I think you can do a how do you call it when you can draw on this cover, I believe.
All right.
I'm not sure. When this first came out, man, I bought like about 7 of them. I thought
Yeah,
it was
that's the one
fantastic.
where,
I go, "Oh, wait, damn it!" But no.
It's the Miss Marvel dies issue. The
Oh, is it?
story.
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
Right.
go. And this one is Dark X-Men number 1, Fall of X.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Efren. Do
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So,
Congrats, Fuzzy.
Fuzzy, just you'll see me on Instagram. Just send me your address, and I should get them out by next week. You know.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Efren.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, coming to the close of the show. Just want to end on a little bit of festive frivolity. Werewolf saying, Fuzzy, Peter, you should do a Fuzzy, This Is Your Life. He won't do it, mate. But Fuzzy, the door is always open for you to come and do a This Is My. I haven't done This Is My for a while. Actually, need to get one of those done. So, yeah, he's always welcome.
I
Okay.
think he likes the mystique, I think.
Yeah. Christmas movies, guys. We've got a whole selection, a smorgasbord of Christmas movies there. Some of my favourites on there, some horrors, some more recent ones, and all the rest of it. So we'll start with Luke this time. Luke, what's your if you're going to be sitting watching a Christmas movie with the kids or by yourself, whatever it may be, which movie is your go-to Christmas movie?
So, I'm going to pick the film that I watched today. It's only the second time that I've watched it, but I absolutely love this movie and I recommend it to everyone. It's Klaus. It was made by Netflix, 2019, I believe. And I put off watching it the first couple of years of its existence, few times it was out. I watched it last year, brought a tear to my eye, absolutely loved it. Watched it again this year, same thing. I just thought it was a superb film, and both me, my wife, and both kids absolutely enjoyed it.
Which one's Klaus?
So it's the one where the post, it's an animated, and the postman gets sent to this little island in the middle of nowhere, and he's a bit of a con man, and he has to get the kids to write letters, and if he gains so many letters, he can come back home. Yeah. And so it's basically showing you how Christmas was born, how the whole concept of kids writing to Santa and receiving toys all came to be. It's a really nice, heartfelt film. And yeah, the voice of Klaus is, our good old J. Jonah Jameson. So it's a great film, really heartfelt. So yeah, that's my choice.
Good stuff. That's a good one, Luke. Actually, I haven't seen that for a while. I really do like that. I'll go next. And again, as usual, I can't just pick one. So I'm going to say I've recently watched Spirited, and I really enjoyed that. I wasn't expecting that to be as much fun as it was, but I loved it. I love Scrooged with Bill Murray. That just creases us up every time. I think it's hilarious. But as cliche as it may be and as cheesy as it may be, I have to say I just get an absolute kick out of Elf. I just love that movie. It's just stupid, silly. Oh no, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation as well. I forgot about that. I love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Oh, that's too many. Efren, how about yourself?
Yeah, I also was going to pick Scrooge by Bill Murray, but I picked an older one. It's A Wonderful Life with James Stewart. It's a classic movie I always like watching, So, who's in it too is Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. He's got a little role in there, man. So, that's a long time ago. But I always enjoy that movie. And then there's that debate whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not. But I'm going to pick Die Hard,
So is Batman Returns. That's set at Christmas as well. Yeah. Von Hoot, how about yourself?
Oh, there are so many. There's a list of movies that I always watch, but the number one that I absolutely have to watch every Christmas Eve is A Muppet's Christmas Carol. I love that movie, and I think it is one of the best movies ever made, let alone Christmas movies. I just think it's wonderful. It's just beautiful singing, comedy, storytelling. Everything about it is pitch perfect, and Michael Caine is wonderful in it.
He's phenomenal.
I love that movie so much. Then, of course, you got like Home Alone as well. That's always on the list. Love that movie. Die Hard, which I watched today, every year. You've got to do Die Hard at some point. And also, yesterday I watched. I've only seen it once before, but Violent Night.
Oh yeah.
It's a lovely double bill. Like it really works well. It is just a retelling of Die Hard, but with Santa. Like it's brilliant. And ultra-violence, which is always fun. Nothing says, Christmas like, a mallet to the head. Silent Night, Deadly Night is one of my favorite slashers. But there are other ones like Christmas Evil is really underrated, and Don't Open Till Christmas, which Don't Open Till Christmas is sort of depends on your perspective as to how much mileage you're going to get out of it, because it's a British slasher movie that's like way too long, has bad acting and a meandering sort of detective plot, but with some just outrageous gore scenes just
not seen
staggered through it. It's really, really worth checking out. You should definitely review it at some point. You two would love it.
Come around to it next year.
Yeah, good stuff.
But there's so many as well. That's Christmas is a great time of year for all genres.
And I love the Santa Claus as well, Tim Allen. The sequels go downhill rapidly, but the first one,
that is good.
It's very cool. James T, how about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, Home Alone's an essential. Like every first two movies every year, like it has to be. I love Jingle All the Way. Like Jingle All the Way is probably my favorite Christmas movie. I know it's not great, but I think
Do you have a Turbo Man, James?
I don't. I should get one. Like that is one I'd stick that up. Like I love the Turbo Man thing, and Sinbad's really fun in it, and Phil Hartman, and it's great. Aside from that, there's like lots of, I don't know why, just from watching them when I was young, so I have nostalgia. There's a lot of shit Christmas movies that I really like. So like Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck and James Gandolfini.
Oh yeah.
I like that one. It's about like a rich man.
I saw a picture of that yesterday, and I thought, I know I've seen this movie, but I've got no memory of it whatsoever.
Yeah. So I watch that one every year, and then Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, I like
I
that
really
as
enjoy. I
well.
watch that every year as well. I thought that's really fun. So yeah.
There's a one that's not on this list, and it's again because I'm obsessed with him, Nicolas Cage, but it's called The Family Man. Has anybody seen that one? Where it's a bit of a kind of a time swap one, where he's a successful businessman kind of thing, and then he goes back in time and he has this family, and it shows him kind of what his life would have been if he hadn't dumped his girlfriend. And that's a beautiful story. It's a heartbreaker. I like that one as well.
One that's just popped into my head that I'd like your thoughts on. Where everybody always debates the Die Hard thing being a Christmas movie, and it absolutely is. I'm not going to debate that, but Lethal Weapon is definitely a Christmas movie, and it's very redemptive story arc, and it doesn't get lumbered in the Christmas movies, and it really should.
Best line in a movie, that at the end, diplomatic immunity just been revoked. Love that. Love that.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely good stuff. Okay, guys, going to quickly jump to the chat. We've got tons of comments again. You guys have been popping tonight. It's been superb. Fuzzy saying thank you to you, Efren. Fuzzy, you've got loads of people wanting you to come and do a This Is My suggestions if you're wearing a balaclava and doing a robot voice. We could do that. Cole Collect, we could do it as a shadow silhouette and voice change. I'd love that. Could you imagine? That would be superb.
Do you know what, Peter? We could do that even without Fuzzy's permission.
Yeah, we could just pretend it's him. Let's just do that. You can each play Fuzzy for different segments. Jack is saying Elf or Jingle All the Way for me. Yeah, two great movies. It's a Wonderful Life for Dead Man and Die Hard 1 and 2. It's turbo time, absolutely. Cliff, fun, spirited. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Offbeat Batman Returns, yeah. Hardcore, Violent Night, Animated Klaus, and Family Choice, Elf. Good
I hate Elf.
What?
Thank you.
So,
Yeah,
Phil.
okay.
How can anybody hate Elf?
Fuck, it's so Will Ferrell's so annoying, and I hate him. Like, I just don't like him.
I mean, normally I'd agree with you about Will Ferrell, but not in Elf. He's great in Elf. Elf is a great
fucking
film.
irritating. Hate him. I've always I saw it in cinemas when I was 8, and I hated it then, and I've hated it every time I've seen it since.
I've never seen it, so
don't save yourself some fucking.
Efren, you can be the kind of the deciding factor.
Yeah.
You need to go and watch Elf, and then tell who you agree with. Me with my impeccable taste, or him. You know what I mean? Phil is saying Scrooge with Bill Murray's his personal favourite. I love that. Love that movie. I say it every time, but when he suggests stapling the antlers to the mice, it's just superb. Trading Places. God, I haven't seen that in years. Love Trading Places. That's another good one. Bad Santa. I don't think I've ever seen that. Home Alone. Yeah. Excuse me. Chris is also saying Trading Places is a great shout. Or Gremlins. Funny you should say that. We've watched Gremlins, and we're going to be doing
watched it.
we're going to be doing an I'll Be Right Back on that next Friday. Is that right, James, or is it the week after? I can't remember.
Week after we have our end of the year video next week.
Okay.
So it'll be the 4th, I think, of January.
So that'll be coming out soon. Muppets Christmas Carol is great, yeah. Fuzzy, I've just watched Hawkeye for the first time. I liked it more than expected. I loved Hawkeye. That's a good shout, actually, Fuzzy. I forgot about that. That's a really good series, and probably one of the best
the
ones.
Guardians Christmas special.
That
deserves a shout out. That
was good fun as well. That was good fun. God, it's a year ago now, then, isn't it? Because that was last Christmas. Wow. Nightmare on Elm Street with A Nightmare Before Christmas this year. Frightened the shit out of my kids. Love it. Sean saying Hawkeye was brilliant. Love Actually. I can't disagree. I love Actually. It makes us cry.
I hate that movie.
It's
honestly.
just full of horrible people, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're all scumbags.
Well, the world is
They're
full
all
of horrible people. You know?
it's I can't get involved with love.
Pulp Fiction for girls. That film.
When the little kid, calls Liam Neeson dad at the end, it just kills us every time. It's lush. I love it. Trapped in Paradise. I don't think I've seen that one. A Nick Cage movie I've not seen. I'll have to check that one out. Okay, I think that's everybody. Love Miracle on 34th Street. Very, very cool. Love Talking to the Deaf Girl. Very heartwarming. Yep. And Alex, James, I'm with you. I can't stand Elf. Oh.
Alex, I will be your voice. Thank you. And if you go on to the next one now, there we go.
I'm with Keegan.
Dead Man.
Will
If you go to
Ferrell's
Dead Man's
prat.
comment there. Thanks, James. I hate him as well. See
as
all you
well.
elf loving bullies. Now,
Like
people hate
I
the
don't
movie.
I don't generally like his movies, but I do like Elf because it's a really good Christmas movie.
Did you like him in your Barbie movie then, James?
Yeah, the movie you loved.
Yeah, no, I like Will Ferrell. Just I hate Elf, the movie Elf.
You just hate Christmas, don't you?
No, I love Christmas.
You're dead inside.
You're dead inside me. You're dead inside. Anyway, moving on. That was our Christmas hangout. Thank you so much, guys. Really do appreciate everybody stopping by and watching. It's been great fun tonight. Everybody's been jumping in the chat. I've loved it. Just a reminder that any money this channel makes will go to mental health charities. Couple of things to watch on my channel. We've got my Godzilla -1 reviews up. We've got my review of Aquaman with a little sing song at the end. Tomorrow I will be showing a reaction video to the lovely present that James gave us today. So yeah, that was good fun. Mentioned that on Thursday nights we do Killer Comic Show, so please check that out. 9 o'clock every Thursday. One good scare. James, what have we got coming up?
Yeah, so we just had I'll Be Right Back yesterday on Black Christmas, the remake from 2006.
That's a girl. That's meant to be a girl. Look
That's,
at the state of that.
that's supposed to be a 19-year-old girl, I think.
That's a tough sit. That is.
Yes. So I think it was a more interesting conversation that we would have. With the original. We'll come back to the original next year, I think.
I was livid. I was livid with you because you literally made us watch that shit.
Impassioned conversation we've had on this channel, I think. Yes,
you made us watch it, and then you said, "Oh, but the original is a classic." Why didn't we watch that? Why did you make us watch this shit?
So
make him watch the other remake as well, just before you.
I don't want to watch.
I've
never been as close to walking out of the cinema as 2019.
It's awful. Yeah, it's really
horrendous. So that was yesterday. Two-bagger. So that was it. That was yesterday. We'll have a couple of shorts up over the next couple of days, just clips from different episodes, and then next week we have our kind of end of year wrap up. So that'll be best kill, best favorite scene, kind of best movie, all that stuff. And the following week we'll have Gremlins for I'll Be Right Back.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the video for that because that was good fun. Gremlins was a good chat. Okay, Efren, what have we got coming up on your channel?
Hopefully on January 1st, I'm gonna do a show. I was thinking of doing a show like what we hope happens in 2024 as far as movies, TV shows, comic books, games, statues, anything we're looking forward to coming up in 2024.
Yeah, that'll be good fun. That'll be good fun. Luke, how about yourself?
Yes, so I've been preparing like crazy, been doing lots of research, lots of writing, getting movies watched. So there's going to be plenty coming to the channel within the next couple of weeks. It's just getting it recorded, getting it edited and put out there. So I'm hoping to build up that schedule. So stay tuned.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And Dr. Von Hoot?
I will have a video up on Monday. It will not be Christmas themed. It will just be one of my random unboxings. Then I have the most important thing that has ever happened on a Christmas day, which is for the first time ever, there is an episode of Neighbours on Christmas Day.
Jesus.
Then Thursday, I'm on Gary B's show I'm co-hosting the 10-1 with Frog Brawler doing it. And then I'll probably have another video up on Friday.
Good stuff.
That's my week.
Good stuff. Lots of good stuff coming from the Von Hoot household. Looking forward to that. I've got I've got a short out every night. I've also got a video going out on Christmas Day. I do apologise. But with a Slabbed Crusader Christmas box that I'm opening. And then we'll be back for all of our usual live shows and all that kind of jazz in the new year. Alex, I recently purchased a Marvel comic book, and in the book, Spider-Man was having intercourse with a woman. It was horrifying since the book was my 5-year-old nephew. What?
I'm hoping there's a 4 in there. There's supposed to be, the book was for my 5-year-old
nephew. Not the book was my, because that's sinister.
Weird. Okay.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas. Okay, guys. Listen, thank you so much. This is the last live show probably that we will be doing on my channel, certainly this year. So can I just say a massive thank you to everybody You guys have been superb. Thoroughly enjoyed doing the show with you chaps in particular, and I look forward to seeing what we all cook up together next year. Massive thank you to everybody in the chat. We've got familiar faces there who are here week in, week out. I cannot thank you guys enough. Really is appreciated. And with that, we'll say good night and happy Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Feliz
Christmas.
Navidad.
No.